My friends, it is almost over. We are almost done. Hello, my name is Kiwi, and we are here for the penultimate chapter of my Fire Emblem 8 0% gross low turn count playthrough. But do not get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. We may be almost done, but this chapter serves as one of the biggest obstacles for the rest of the run, because it's a really tough one. We have to get Ephraim over to the throne since it's a siege objective, but the throne itself is super far away from the starting position, and it's also obscured by a ton of terrain, such as mountains, such that only flyers and transport staves can efficiently maneuver through all that stuff. But you know, way back when I first started this run, I got a good and clean 3-turn, and I thought that was good enough. However, sometimes in life you get crazy ideas, and in this case the idea is, what if, just what if, a 2-turn clear is possible? And all of a sudden this chapter is no longer so relaxed, and it's the most staff intensive chapter, and it's really stressful. So I'll try to explain all the crazy stuff that goes on. However, I can't really explain these first few moves. After all, why are we Hummerning Rescue? Why is Seth gang rescued by Saleh? It's crazy. However, we need to focus on the 3 primary objectives of this turn 1. The turn 1 on this map is super important, and it needs to be done almost perfectly in order to get the 2-turn C's. The first objective is to get Gerik over to the throne area. And that's really tough because there's exactly one spot where Tana is that Tana can be warped from by Molder and just be in range to drop Gerik in that area. However, that spot does exist and we can just barely get that warp off, so that's objective 1 done. The second objective is to get Saleh over to the middle area where Tana kinda is right now, past all those mountains. And that's a really tall task because we no longer have enough flyers to do both objective 2 and 3 of this map. So we need someone else to rescue Saleh, and that's why we have Seth get rescued and then rescue Saleh. That rescue maneuver is absolutely needed because it now allows us to have enough flyers to get objective 3 done, which is to get Molder over to that middle area as well. We now have our 2 flyers, Vanessa and Cormag. Just rescue drop Molder over there, and now all of the 3 of those objectives are done. It was really troubling, or really tough trying to get all that stuff done, but it's just barely possible, and now we can prepare for this sort of scary turn 1 enemy phase. It's not very scary for Gerik or Tana, they'll both survive easily. For what it's worth, Gerik does need to dodge everything, but he's in a forest, and he has a battle axe against these lance enemies, so he will do just fine. It's Seth who has the hardest time this enemy phase, I believe. The most reliable thing he can do is dodge both of the bone walkers that attack him. If he does that, he's fine. If he doesn't and he gets hit by one, then the Medusa or the Gorgon will try to attack him and might kill him pretty reliably, I believe. So that's a bit of a scary scenario. Saleh also can die as well, but he managed to bait one of the bone walkers to attack him through breaking the Hellfire tome, so that's kind of cool. Meanwhile, Cormag is using his good trusty Vidofnir to tank those bone walkers more reliably. And Gerik breaks his battle axe here because this bone walker that attacks him right now has an Axereaver. So we break the battle axe so that we no longer have weapon triangle disadvantage, and we equip the light brand, not only because it's a sword and is able to kill that bone walker, but also because it has 2 range so that the Mogul doesn't attack us. And Tana, the absolute beast of a unit, tanks Reeve. I mean, that's just absurd. That's a base Pegasus Knight tanking a late game boss. That's crazy. But yeah, with all that done and the Phantom sacrifice, we are able to just about tank all the rest of these enemies. And now, thanks to our efforts on turn 1, we are in position to clear this map right here, right now. After we clear Gerik's way, Gerik, with his full HP, is able to just barely tank more of the boss, and cleanly, super cleanly, 1-round him back with the Garm. That's just wonderful. Exact damage. I mean, how much better can you get? And now, since the boss is dead, we can now use both Rescue and Warp in order to get Ephraim closer to the throne. The first thing is to rescue Ephraim over with Saleh, so that now we can get Saleh out of the way, Hummer his rescue while we're at it. We break the Hummern staff here, funnily enough. We used it on both turn 1 and turn 2 on the rescue staff. So that's kind of crazy. But it's necessary, and we now have a full use rescue staff for next chapter. And now, our good friend the warp staff will do its farewell as it boosts Ephraim over the water into that forest. And now Ephraim is finally in position to seize. Goodbye, warp staff. It was very nice knowing you. However, the rescue staff is more useful at this point. And that is chapter 20, completed in 2 turns. Now, before I go, I do have a few things to say. Firstly, it might be a while before I get this final chapter done. I need to edit my video, and I've never done video editing before, so that'll be pretty interesting. And the second thing is that I will have the epilogue. I will have the epilogue recorded. And the epilogue is not that interesting to just witness, but I'll have it anyways. But, you know, I think it's tradition for commentated runs to have a sort of question and answer session during the epilogue. So I'll have a comment posted down below in the comment section where you can reply to it and with any questions that you may have that you would like me to answer for the epilogue. So yeah, just post any questions you have. If it's relevant and not dumb, I'll answer them, that sort of thing. I'll also be answering any questions from the Syrene's Forest thread or the Reddit post for chapter 20. And so guys, I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day. Have a nice Christmas. Probably won't be around for that, but happy holidays, that sort of thing. Alright.